Hey everyone, this is Kristen from KristenCoaching.com. Somebody asked me a question and I wanted to answer it for all of you today because I think it's really relevant for a lot of relationships and a lot of couples out there. And the question was, is it possible to be so secure in your relationship that if your partner flirts with other people, you don't feel distressed? And I think that's a really good question. I think that it takes a very, very secure person to not feel any type of way if their significant other was flirting with somebody else. Or that person, if they aren't feeling any type of way, they might be emotionally detached from their other half or from the relationship. So those are the two scenarios where you're not gonna feel anything if your significant other is flirting. I think there is a healthy level of, normalcy when it comes to feeling jealous. I think that we don't want our partners to give other people attention because we want, that attention and affection, and we want to be their number one in their life. So if we notice that our other halves are flirting with other people, I think we're gonna feel, some sense of a possessiveness or a little bit of a jealousy. But I think there's healthy levels of that. If whatever you are feeling and your reaction to that results in you guys having like this huge altercation and getting in like a physical fight, that is absolutely not okay, and that is not a healthy thing to do. So there are certain levels of that. But if you're feeling a little something and you're feeling a little bit of jealousy or a little bit of possessiveness, that isn't going to result in this huge blowout, but maybe like, hey, that didn't feel good when you were doing that. When you were flirting with that other girl, I really didn't like that. That's different, and that I think that's a really healthy way to engage in a conversation like that. It's important to bring it up and talk about your reactions to how that made you feel. Communication is really, really important. I also want to say in response to this question as well is, if your other half is flirting with other people, especially blatantly, I think that's a problem too. Showing respect in a relationship is really important. So if you are being disrespectful to your other half and disrespectful to the relationship by overtly flirting with somebody else, that's an issue as well. You need to be respectful to the relationship, and that includes, abiding by boundaries, relationship boundaries that you guys have. I think it's important that you and your significant other talk about what is deemed flirting and what isn't. That way you both know what the parameters are and you know what is allowed and what isn't allowed in your relationship. If you don't talk about this ahead of time, then it's not really fair to both of you because you don't know what you are allowed to do or what you're not allowed to do, because every couple and every individual has different levels of boundaries and what is okay for them. So it's really important that in your relationship that you talk about that and you have an open dialogue about what is appropriate and what isn't. That way your other half is not crossing boundaries and you guys are not, overtly flirting with other people. And so both of you feel respected in the relationship. And that is what's key, and that's what's crucial, and what is most important when it comes to relationship is showing that respect to your significant other and to the relationship. So hopefully those tips were helpful in answering that question for you. And I will see you guys next time, and take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.